Welcome back to Driving Empire. And you think this is Wayfort, by the way. And as you can see, that the volume is still gonna be intact around here for just in case I wasn't able to get for around here. But first, if I just try to sell my cars, I don't want to show looker like this one before my first crates. And before we're gonna be doing like this thing, this should be for the Ferrari SP2. I do not guess it's some kind of an Acura NSX Roadster that I just eventually cannot able to buy for the Lamborghini Veneno for just as well. And before we're gonna be making onto the straight, we're gonna be making onto the showcase, but not before that some kind of an old-fashioned vehicle like itself. So I wouldn't probably we should be able to get around here. Let's just say we're closing down that I just got around for 700,000 codes. The username is I really don't know. The monster speeder is gonna be saying around here. I think this isn't gonna be likely going for underscore. I think this isn't gonna be likely to do so. Now, I must verify myself for a very first time, and this is not gonna be very good encountered around here. So the username isn't look like this one. I don't have any Twitter codes anymore, unfortunately. That I didn't not gonna be recently to drive like this one. So it's just like the same like recently, and I'm not sure. It's not gonna be verified like I guess. Username not found because I'm not check your spelling. This isn't gonna be look like this thing. I don't have any Twitter account anymore because I am literally expired student as well. Unluckily, because I was extremely dumb, and turns out I just lost my mind to sign in the Twitter account. It's too late to sign into Twitter because unfortunately I'm unable to sign in without any tweets anymore as well. Let's go buy some cars, and we have the chopper as we got anything as well. Onto the yellow stage. Now, this is modificationable. This is the Toyota Celica as well. The Toyota Celica GT is perhaps it's not gonna be the favorite. Isn't that gonna be very nice as well? Even before I just purchasing. But there's only one reason, and that could cause all the way to 190, not really fast enough as well. So I'll be selling the Toyota Supra, or maybe it's nothing anyways as well. There must be gunshots fired in just a few moments ago, and I cannot believe this isn't gonna be going for very much, unfortunately. So we're gonna be re-entering back into the dealership as well. And buy nothing, of course. Let's just pretty wanted to actually say we got replacements. Until that is mass lawsuit to all cars moved. And still got for any replacements like the Grand Theft Auto. Now as you can see, this is going to be for the Ford Mach-E, the Mustang itself. It's not just like the Mustang as well, so it's not just like this one. This is a Grand Theft Auto version of the vehicle, and I wouldn't probably get away with this thing. The Cadillacs cannot be next until we have for some kind of further notice. Now the rims will be turned into an XLP or the XLT as well. So the luxury SUV is like this one. This is not an SUV. It's just like turn itself for a wagon. And the top speed is 145, it costs 82,000. So probably we wanted to say we cannot able to buy for old cars, but even Lancia and more kinds of vehicles that I cannot believe the Audis have been completely removed. And then Porsche, I will not rather to do this like anytime very soon, but this is a replacement of the Acura NSX. So this is a Grand Theft Auto version of the vehicle. This is not the blue. This is an absolute Acura. Wait, that must be some kind of a McLaren MP412C tires. It's just like doesn't gonna be very the same that they just literally showcasing that before. Now literally there must be a replacement of the Acura NSX before this, the complete silver version, 205 miles per hour, but that was slightly a shining glitter style. Even that is imaginable. It was a right-hand drive for the Dodge Viper SRT for the Dodge Viper GTS. It turns out it is some kind of for the TVR 240 miles per hour. Because I just literally lost my way to get an all itself, but Mercedes is not gonna be next. Let's gonna be buying some supercars, but this is not time to do so. Here are the off-sale vehicles that I just remembered. Anyways, this isn't that I just gonna be wanted to do so. Before I just gonna be trying to buy some likely one or their things as well. We're gonna be exiting for just out. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to buy cars. But our next task, we're going to do for exactly how we're gonna be doing it itself. This is in daily challenges. I think last 5 days before I wasn't able to probably to do so. It's been 1 week that I couldn't able to complete around for just a way. Now let's just gonna be spawning, and we got replacements of the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris as well, and so on. We got the Shelby Cobra, as we absolutely been here to do so. Not in just a limited car, because like I say, I wanted to remember that we got new helicopter. So wait, this is where Terrorizer got into drive with this helicopter as well. This is the chopper, and this isn't gonna be is nothing that I just literally to do. I'm gonna be favorite for this thing, and probably I should be able to buy this. It costs for 3 million. It's over worth as millions as well. The Japanese trucks are taking over California. Now looks like this is California anyways, and because that is probably that I don't like, should be able to remove this before that. And unlikely, this isn't probably just a good idea before I should be able to get around here for the 5 gears at one time. This is not the Innova transmission. This must be the Group C transmission as well. Now let's go closer, and we're gonna be seeing the flag. But as you can see in this map, it's not gonna be ways of longer things to do so, because it's not come from anything as well. It keeps on evolving until the final is gonna be the final. Like this one, that they just load some buildings in the California streets. We're in Los Angeles. Probably we're gonna be getting closer, but probably the speed isn't going to be quite much, as we already seen in about for this thing. Because look at slightly at the flags: United States, Mexico, and Canada. We're gonna be posting all the way that we just probably sure. As you'll be seeing this, Wayfort means United States, Mexico, and Canada. Is perhaps that I just really right here in Reston, California as well. So as you can see, this is not Indonesia. This is California Republic inside of United States out here. Probably, as you can see for those 3 flags, you'll see this thing. So fortunately, you'll be seeing those flags: United States, Mexico, and Canada. All you know to learn about America later, as always. If you probably let me know in the comments, this is not Asia, this is United States, or probably we just eventually that Doug DeMiera lives here, or if it's Josh Brony or Daddy Doug DeMiera, or just probably living around here for many much more as well. But as you can see in the players tab, full of Asian people, this is United States, and before this is not going to be gone too long. It has been taken over or being overcrowded, many people as possible. as you know, there must be some kind of, for the Grand Theft Auto vehicles like this, just like the replacement Lamborghinis, will be, isn't gonna be a Vehicle Legends version about this, but this is what you called Grand Theft Auto reference, and about all vehicles and the weirdly quirks of its inside of the interior as the Lamborghini itself. As you can see, this riff, this is probably some kind of a fake reference. It's just like the same real sound as Lamborghini. As you can see inside of the license plate, it says California around here. As you can look around for many more of these cars, that I just visually unlock any more vehicles itself, as you can see, but probably we're gonna be moving on to straightly pipes all the way. We're not doing for anything we wanted to do, because all you know that we're in United States, not LA for as well. So the Los Angeles is absolutely gonna be pretty my home, and I'm outside of Los Angeles. I'm currently living and outside of Colorado. So listen up. I wanted to let me know that is gonna be currently living in the United States, but unfortunately this isn't going to be Driving Empire as well, and because due to actually changes to Wayfort as well, and because that they just let me wanted to know in about this one situation. This is Wayfort Driving Empire that I just slightly gonna be collecting any time as possibly that I just play for any more minutes to do so. But unless I got many more challenges to do so. This is going to be hard as 15 miles driven, race and cross country to do so. I just literally finishing about for many more of these things. I'll be trying to race for the cross country. I'm gonna be using the Lamborghini Aventador. Is only one thing is I'm just literally gonna be using for one thing as well. I'm inside of a manual transmission as I'm gonna be using around for many more of these guys, and let's just gonna be driving for a new task as any more of these things as well. But when you see, I'll be driven for many miles as possibly for rush hour races completed, must do anything we wanted to do for many more things. This is going to be easy or very hard to do so. Let's just try for our one thing, a police chase. The time was best is absolutely nothing. We need to just wait for more players. As you can see for the tab views, nothing to do with everything. This isn't gonna be very much to do. Now, as you can see for this, it's gotta be for many more things as possibly that I just literally censored for that even for one word. So looks like we're gonna be doing same as the Lamborghini or the McLaren FP412C. So I wasn't gonna be literally wanted, but I am going to making things a little bit crazier. But I'm not very sure. I'm very surprising up to this one thing. I'm currently using a Lamborghini Aventador. It's not just like this one. It's a Grand Theft Auto version. So, but it's not letting this time for, of course. And before that doesn't gonna be literally wanted to race with anybody. It's not fair. He just literally keep on spawning the Porsche. And I'm not very sure. This isn't gonna be a great idea. But all you know, we have two players on the line. A Porsche versus Lamborghini. I won't be gonna be very excited. And looks like we're just gonna be opening all the way up here. And this isn't just expecting around for many more of these things. And he's using for many more like these cells. It's gonna be something literally crazy going on here. If that's not gonna be in case, let's find out. And here we go. And it's gonna be away we go. And I feel it's gotta be making more stressful without further notice. And I'm slightly nothing is gonna be making any more trust. As anyways, we're using all the way top, and it's gonna be reducing. I don't think this is producing extreme amount of lag. It's gonna be coming up anything as well. We're coming up onto the straight hill, and looks like I wasn't even to do so. Anyways, whatever you do, notice around here, already drive 15 miles. Under 3 minutes and 20 seconds we go. And I'm not very slightly sure. This isn't gonna be going for a good Porsche versus bad Porsche. Anyways, the Lamborghini Aventador, or some kind of a Reventon, is gonna be trying to make itself or climb all the way top in the all-wheel drive selection. Stunt cars, I can see a Japanese truck. This is not exactly around here. This isn't Indonesian. It's some kind of Japanese for sure. Let's do for a stunt. And one thing to do. Wait, I can see right behind the Porsche. Oh, no, it's just a motorcycle as anyways. Wait a second. I'm almost gonna be catching up for the checkpoint. I literally almost missed that before. It's probably I messed up anything as well. And I just using for some kind of a twin quad turbo. Missed the checkpoint. I think we're just gonna be making up for the last checkpoint. I can see the Porsche right behind here. And it's not gonna be making for very much sense. But I just destroyed itself with the tractor zone. Bringing itself for once. But where? The KTM it is. I'm literally gonna be passing through. Overtaking a motorcycle, it's gonna be pretty easy. Now, it's gonna be blasting all the way to 265 to 267 miles per hour. That I just literally wanted to get itself a go. And then, I'm making for many more things. I just avoiding. I think we're just gonna be getting towards for the last checkpoint. I just literally made myself for first bounties itself. I don't really try to claim this at all before I turn into a suspects team, but I'm not able to do so. Without further ado, because my task is 3 minutes and 45 seconds, it's gonna be my thing. I have to hurry for itself immediately, and it's not gonna be making itself for 4 minutes at one time. Passing for some kind of a little bit of one or so to do this. 3 minutes in. Oh no! This is not going to be very good. I literally make it itself missed, fulfilled. So what task is going to be making itself? Under 3 minutes and 45 seconds we go. I think we're just going to be eventually running out of time. And then unfortunately I just eventually waste some time. I'll be trying again for this later on, when I just gonna be literally setting myself a time trial. Unfortunately, it's too late. And then we got a supercar race. Now, I just literally turned myself into camera mode. But unfortunately, according to this race, somebody got DNF as well. It's time to do itself for one time. It's gonna be making itself not for ruined. It's not gonna be going for very easy. I just censored for very much itself, because I just literally tried to do my best, or literally, it's not going to be gone too long. So in the cross country, it's going to be making more hard things to do without crashing or missing a checkpoint. So as I just tried to do for it slow down, I'm not going to missing every checkpoint as possible, because I got replacements of the Lamborghinis and remainings of the supercars will be removed. Seriously, this is a very confused ways to do so, and isn't going to be very about to do this. Not my first type of car, and looks like, what about the Bugatti Bolide? It's coming throughout for is a very part of the newest game pass of itself. Now what is going on? And I should be able to skip around down here. And oh dear, I just quit myself already. Now let's try, for not enough room for many more reasons. Let's try the Gumber the Poland. We're gonna be making it sell for many more much as do so. The Brazilian isn't gonna be making 2 out for as well. So it's going to be such as 30 minutes of playtime. Now exactly we completed anything as well. Let's try the time trail, and looks like we're gonna be to beat the best and to do what is absolutely I wanted to beat. So now we're gonna be doing such as very loud, and we're gonna be making things such as one friendly as to do so. Now the Porsches versus itself gonna be one. Now before a quick restart, I am nothing. Let's go all the way into the rear-wheel drive. This is an absolutely rear-wheel drive. I'm making an absolutely one insane to do this. I'm gonna be making things a little bit perfect before slightly the end of today's video. The cross-country is one of my things. It is not gonna be making throughout for many more likely reasons, and we're gonna be making throughout for a best way that I'm gonna be using the Titan engine as possible. Then I just slightly break it up by myself. Feels it's gonna be pretty loud. Now that doesn't gonna be very loud as possible. I think this is exactly how we hear this engine insanely loud as possible, without going for oversteer support. Let me just stop talking, and we're gonna be making all the way to just completed itself for very more. And it's just gonna be making throughout for 1 minute and 10 seconds without pulling off the map. This is where I just literally put myself out of here, and I'm not gonna be making this up worse. So let's just stop talking, and we're going into the top speed as of various miles per hour. No gas throttle, and probably I won't be able to lose myself off the mind. This is a ridiculous loud. Driving 15 miles is completed, and then this is not going to be any one position as to do so. Let's see how the top speed it is. 241 miles per hour. I feel this is going to be stressful. 217 miles per hour. I'm literally getting itself lost my mind out of here, and we're going to be avoiding the speed camera as fast as possible. Before that doesn't matter, that we're going to be getting much for our first bounty whatsoever. We slightly going to be overshouted, or probably it isn't going to be making itself for very more. Just giving more and more chance. It's lagging out here. Probably this isn't going to be getting my first bounties. Almost missed the checkpoint. 60 seconds to go. I'm slightly not sure. Now blasting all the way to 217 miles per hour. I put out for Titan Nitro. Alright, 45 seconds to go. But I just slightly, in that word, just cut off this video as anything as well. And probably I'm making sure we're going to be making throughout for this a much best more records in about for this moment. I shall blast through, and I'm not making it very worse as possible. And the final checkpoint it is, slightly wins for under 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Finally, it has been completed about for 217 miles per hour. Not exactly as do so that the time trial has been completed as well. Let me see the task it has been completed by the way. Because up next, we're going to be doing for exhibition races in drawbridge and rush hours. And probably, that doesn't make any sense. That unfortunately, another achievement isn't going to be completely as about for many more reasons. I think the exhibition races is absolutely required. I'm not very sure it's not working. I'm sorry, I won't be able to re-attempting back. As you can see, for many more race time rewards about this challenge, this is not gonna be using like this one. Complete under 3 minutes and 45 seconds will be acquired. That is absolutely going to be cost for the exhibition races. Not accept the time trials, but unfortunately it was not working. I think this is perhaps the end of today's video, because unfortunately that is gonna be for making no sense of elsewhere as anyways. So if you liked for today's video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Then I just completely unlocked to change the appearance into some kind of a little bit wonder things as well. So thanks for watching and for all your support. And this is going to be Turbo Concept is signing off, and we're going to be returning to default colors as well. So I will be talking to you all later. That I just going to be returned back into stock anytime as well. So looks like I'm pretty sure I will be going to be see you all next time as well. So this is going to be signing off immediately, and luckily I changed it back into normal because I just literally going to be turn it itself rised. So I have nothing that I wanted to tell you something, because I just going to be turn it to some kind of a midnight club too. So maybe I should be able to stay for some kind of rich racer at once.